Hey there, so now we are on to the passive aggressive, and this is the first video you're seeing around communication styles. Yahoo! But there are two more. The passive one was first. I do give some preamble. I touch on it a little bit, the same preamble in the aggressive one, but I do recommend that you have a look, because what's really, really important is that you understand that I'm referring to these as communication styles and not actually people. So they're not a passive person, they're not an aggressive person. Although they could become that when they are not able to expand their intelligence or their emotional intelligence beyond their current behavioral style. So let's talk a little bit about passive aggression. This one tends to be a little bit of a mystery for a lot of people. And the crazy part about it is that a lot of people are passive aggressive and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. So again, what I want to say, I actually want to start with this. The underlying motivation for somebody to behave passive aggressively is for the ability to control others or control a situation. So for passive, for aggressive, and for passive aggressive, these are all attempts to get or maintain or obtain control. That presupposes that if they're trying to get that, they do not believe they have it. And this is the problem when you choose a communication style other than assertiveness, and that you don't learn that, is because you are actually communicating, I am out of control, and this is what I have to do to get control. Now, with passive aggressive, how do you recognize it? Passive aggressive, the easiest way for me to describe passive aggression is it's gentle on the outside, and it's hostile on the inside. Hostile on the inside. So in other words, they'll go to the meeting, they'll sit there and they'll smile and they'll agree with what everybody's saying. And then you walk out the door and the person turns around and goes, I can't believe that shit. Who do they think they are? As if we're going to do that. I don't think so. That kind of stuff. They'll look at somebody, or they'll agree to something in a committee meeting, or they'll agree to being somewhere at a certain time, and then they're not there. Okay, and they're not there because as if I'm going to get up at 8 o'clock. There is no way. And instead of speaking up, they just agree, and then they do what they want. Now, passive aggression is always hurtful to the people that you're being passive aggressive towards, whether you're doing it or it's being done towards you. And you know this. You know this because you've experienced both sides of this. If you have experienced, been on the receiving side of gossiping, sarcasm, people think, oh no, it's sarcasm, it's just humor. It's not just humor. It is not just humor. It is humor at the expense of somebody else. Humor, gentle on the outside, at the expense of somebody else, hostile on the inside. Oh, doggo. She just had a big walk. We just had a big walk. So sarcasm is, and it's anger's little cousin, definitely pent up emotions there, and it's coming out this way in this form. So what was I saying? Gossiping, backstabbing, sarcasm, and you hear this stuff all day long. If you're at work, in the workplace, at clubs, whatever, on chats, all day long, passive aggression going out there. So why are people passive aggressive? You might be wanting to know. What motivates this particular behavior? Now, I know the desire, what they want to get is control, and trying to maintain control or look like they're in control. And of course, if that's what you're doing, you clearly are not feeling in control of yourself and your situations. Passive aggression, people that behave passive aggressively have learned at some point in their life, at a very young age, that it is not safe to speak up. It was not safe for them. So they would speak up and they would be ridiculed, or they would be shut down. I would say not just shut down, they would have been ridiculed, and they would have made to feel that what they had to say was ridiculous or stupid. Whereas with passive, it's more about, your voice doesn't matter. You stay quiet, sit there, say nothing, don't speak, that kind of stuff. Where passive aggression was more about, that's the stupidest thing I ever had. And it just wasn't safe for them to speak up. It wasn't safe for them, at least in their own mind. In my opinion, passive aggressive is absolutely the most horrible behavior to deal with, because they're the most the people that use that communication style consistently are not trustworthy, because the bottom line is, and there's an old saying, it says, they'll gossip to you, they'll gossip about you. If they're smiling at your face and talking about somebody, if they're talking to you about somebody else, if they're smiling to you, they're doing to somebody else. And that's the thing, you don't know what you're going to get with them. And the problem is, you don't even know when they're doing it to you. It's very manipulative, it's very hurtful, and all I have to say is, please, 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 if you're using a lot of passive aggression in your life, learn something else, gain your power, learn how to love yourself, learn that your voice does matter, and invest in that, because the bottom line is, you're worth it. You're worth it. And it just doesn't lead anywhere good. All right. Next video, I'm going to talk a little bit about assertive communication, what it sounds like, what it looks like, and we'll go from there. Have a great day.